Yeah, y'all give this band a hand. Dude, I'm awake. I'm awake first. Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a song to wake us up, to declare that we indeed are awake in all ways.
Too long, doing just what I was told, trying to do no wrong, but it became quite evident that I would never get it right. So now I'm guided by the fire inside. I pledge allegiance to the light. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. Ooh. You can turn off all the lights, I don't mind. Me and darkness, we go way back. See, she's a friend of mine. To a cosmic joke, and there's no need to close your eyes. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. To repeat after me, and we will declare our awakeness in mind, body, and soul. Here we go. Everybody say, hey, it's time to wake up. Let's play. We gotta move. Everybody say, hey, it's time to shake up, 'cause we got nothing to lose. Do it again. Say, hey, it's time to wake up. Let's play. We gotta move. Everybody say, hey, it's time to shake up, 'cause we got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. 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 I'm awake. Thank you. Thank you so much for waking up with me. Now that we're awake, we're going to declare that it's a beautiful day. Yes. So, I've made you, well, I didn't make you. I asked you gently to repeat after me. Now I will ask you to do something else. Here you go. Okay, so, on the count of 3, you will give me the best you got, okay? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay, you'll only have 2 chances to do that. So give it your all. I wake up early to the morning sun. I don't know how it does it every day. It rises up and then it falls again. Born only to die away. Look in the mirror and I see myself. I don't know how I do it control in those little clock hands. A little soldier does marching through time. I'm so glad I am not a clock, I am alive, and I can choose to dance each time I open my eyes. That's when I get to decide how I am gonna show up and show up in this life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. I love the dancing back there. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I see you. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, and I'm thankful. Get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. I'm up, and I'm ready for a Nick solo. Keep going. Y'all give a hand to Nick now. Woo! Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Everybody get up, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah. Everybody get up, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up, oh, 'cause it's a beautiful Thank you.
Get to do a goodbye just for temporarily for a couple of months. I think I already shared that last Sunday. I will be gone for a couple of months traveling. So family at home, they're probably going to relocate out from Ireland thinking, oh no, they've unleashed her. So anyway, so welcome. So welcome to all of you online. Welcome to, I know we have people all over the world who watch from Africa, Nigeria, from France, Ireland, Liverpool. We have different states. Where else, John? Indonesia, Canada, South America, different places all over the world. So we're very thankful that you're with us today. So I'm here to remind all of us in the sanctuary, if you haven't already done so, to silence your cell phone, please. Also, if you are new and you have never been to First Unity before, we invite you, if you feel called to do so, at the end of service to go out the door to the left, fill out a little get acquainted card, and we do also have a very special gift our way of saying thank you for being with us today. And let me see, there's one more thing that I need to do. So take a moment and maybe look at the person beside you, behind you, and say, I see God in you. You are amazing. You are love in action. Abundance is your nature. Well-being is your birthright. And so it is. Did I remember everything? I think so. They're asking me now. I'm going to invite Reverend Carey to come on the stage. She's going to share some announcements with us.
Good morning, family. Happy Sunday. Woohoo. All right, couple announcements for the week. Our Thursday evening meditation with Reiki is at 6 p.m. here in the sanctuary. This week is facilitated by Rebecca Joy Mooney. Beautiful. She leads a beautiful meditation. Our text message campaign will go live tomorrow. I have been so excited about this, guys. If you have not signed up to receive text alerts, you can do so in the lobby. There's a QR code out there, or I can manually sign you up. Just see me in the lobby after service. Midday Q&A with John and Carrie. We do this every Thursday on Facebook Live. It's at noon. We answer questions that come in from our community, random questions. If you have a question you would like us to talk about on this midday Q&A, just send that to admin@firstunity.org. Spring Spirit Expressing. We're going to be launching this in the next month, actually, about a little less than a month. We have 6 group facilitators who are willing to lead a group. If you are interested in signing up under a group to go through the book, The Keys to the Kingdom, it's a 7-week prosperity consciousness building course. You can sign up with a group host in the lobby after service. I believe most of the in-person group hosts will be out in the lobby so you can meet them as well. Oh, and books. If you would like to purchase a book, because there is not an actual hard copy book, we can do that in the lobby as well. They'll need to be pre-ordered, or we can send you a PDF download, so if you want it more digital. Our Oneness and Social Justice team is going to be meeting this Thursday at 7 p.m. in our hall. They're going to be going over fast updates and the couple of the rallies that are coming up in St. Petersburg. If you're interested in joining that and making a difference, you can sign up in the lobby after service. And I know that the Oneness team is actually planning a field trip that they're inviting First Unity community to go to. It's going to be March 8th, Saturday, March 8th, at 5 p.m., and it's going to be at the Woodson African American Heritage Museum. They're going to be looking at the exhibit Invisible Labor. So if you'd like to do that, you can sign up in the lobby after service, and then following that, they're going to go have a meal together at Three Daughters Brewery. So we have a wonderful community member here, Mari Castle. She does a session called Holotropic Breathwork. It's pretty much like an 8-hour all-day course that includes lunch. She's going to be facilitating this on Saturday, April 12th. It's going to be 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Quaker Meeting House. So there is more information in the lobby. Pre-registration is required. If you'd like to attend that, you can find more information in the lobby. Our annual business meeting is today, guys, today at 2 p.m., so you have time to go grab you a bite to eat after service. We'd invite everyone to come back. There's going to be a lot of great information. We have business information. We're going to go over events and milestones from 2024, so we invite everyone to be present. If you have not signed up for newsletters, you can do that at firstunity.org. I believe that's all I've got for today, so I'm going to actually call Reverend Aileen back up to the stage. We have a very special presentation or a celebration we'd like to share with you guys.
Yes, and I'm going to stay down here. So what we have is a prayer chaplain induction ceremony. And so a lot of you may not be aware, we have a spiritual support team of volunteers who are always here. I'm going to explain a little bit more, so I'm going to invite them now to come up here beside me. And I would like to introduce all of them to you. Hold your applause till the end. And then we're going to induct our newest member. So we'll put our newest member in the middle somewhere. And here is Reverend Mickey Sheridan. She's on my left side, but she's also on my right side always. She gets to to help me a lot. So let me take a look, see how they've lined up. Your spiritual support team. And Emmanuel forgot his, so I'm going to give you my stole, so you'll have it because we need a group picture. So who are the spiritual support team? So let me introduce them, and we'll hold the applause till the end. Reverend Mickey Sheridan. Some are reverends, some are prayer chaplains. And this is Reverend Carolyn Ballinger. This is Chaplain Lily Lightbridge that we will induct in a moment. This is Reverend Serena Hemmer. This is Chaplain Barb Berger, Chaplain Merle Eaton, Reverend Alara Lavelle, Chaplain Teresa Downey, Reverend Sandra Kitt, and Reverend Emmanuel Yerna. So give them a big round of applause. So some are reverends, some are prayer chaplains. If you want to get married, you need to ask the reverend. Okay? All right. So what do the prayer chaplains do? The prayer chaplains are here to pray, to support you. The prayer box is out to the left. All of those prayer requests, we get to share in those collectively. We pray over them. If there's a telephone number, we will call you, reach out to you. And generally we are the wings. No, we're the wind beneath the wings for Reverend John and for Reverend Carey. We hold the community always in spiritual prayer and support. So now I'm going to ask Lily Lightbridge to step towards the middle, and we can. And we have your official name tag, if you'd like. What?
Lily with one L?
Yes. I'm from Ireland, so we put extra syllables in everything, and I always say name with 2 L's, but it only has 1 L. Yes, let me double check. Just 1 L. Got it. All right. So as I read the prayer chaplain commitment, I'm going to ask all of the other chaplains to respond affirmatively with her, maybe to send your prayers towards her, hold her in support. So if you'd look towards the audience. Do you commit to a daily spiritual journey which is based on love, faith, prayer, and gratitude? Will you demonstrate an active commitment to First Unity Community's principles in your daily life? Do you commit to hold a spiritual space of possibility for others, and knowing and trusting that we are all emanations of divinity? Do you commit to express the desire and ability to lovingly listen to others? Do you commit to having and demonstrating a genuine interest in the well-being of all congregants and all members of the spiritual support team? And finally, do you commit to hold all that is shared with you in strict confidence? And the spiritual support team, do you recommit to continue those principles and values? Yes. And so it is. Congratulations. And so Reverend John and Reverend Carey are going to present each of you with a token of appreciation. These are all volunteers. They volunteer their time, their energy. And I do need to acknowledge a couple of people who were unable to be with us today. So Reverend Nicole Reed is also on the spiritual support team, so keep her in your prayers. Chaplain Donna Kirby was unable to be with us today. She's the other individual. And also I want to acknowledge we have a community nurse, and her name is Claire Melchick. She is also on the spiritual support team. And I am too. And so after my sabbatical, I'm part of the spiritual, but I gave my stole to Emmanuel. So did we get lots of pictures? We're always looking for pictures of the spiritual support team, and they're all here. So with that,
Reverend Aileen, your part has come to conclusion. And we wanted to, from the whole spiritual support team, present to you these flowers and say thank you.
oh,
Thank you for your love.
But I'm still here.
I know.
I'm still
Thank you for your service. We
You're
love you.
welcome. Thank
We love
you.
you.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, sweet. All right. But these are the wind beneath my wings and have always been. So thank you all for your love and support. All right. I think we can go now, right? Thank you. Thank you. They're beautiful. Thank you. I take my stone.
There we go. Now everyone who is staring at that mic stand for the past 20 minutes is relieved.
I just wanted you to have for the photo.
Okay. So let's just take a nice deep breath. We're here to remember things that we already know. Let the light come through like a door wide open. Let it all be new. All that once was broken. Let the light come through like a hearth in winter. Let it fill the room, ever warm and tender. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through like a sacred morning. All hope renewed. See the world transforming. Illuminate the places in the dark. And let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through.
Thank you, Jessie, for that reminder. And yes, she took her whatever. So thank you, Jessie, for being with us today. She stayed on. She had a wonderful concert on Friday. She has her CDs, her merchandise outside later. If it's something that you resonate with and you would love to hear more while you're driving or maybe in your own space. So thank you, Jessie, for setting that beautiful, for bringing your voice and for helping us settle here into our sacred centering time. So some of you might call this your prayer time. Some of you might call it meditation. Prayer is maybe where you might internally talk with the God of your understanding. And meditation may be where you listen more. So I'm going to open our meditative or prayer time now as I invite the bell, inviting your mind, your body, and your spirit to come into this present moment as we go deep within ourselves. And for those of you at home, just making yourself comfortable. And for all of you here with me in the sanctuary, maybe now just beginning to just maybe allow a smile to come over your face as you know this is such a sacred, wonderful time where you can shut out the outside world. Let go of any cares and concerns or worries. And just come into the essence, the light of who you are. So maybe your eyes are closed, or maybe at a soft gaze, whatever is comfortable for you. Maybe noticing your breath, your breathing. As we come into the quiet, the stillness, the awareness of who we are in this present moment. Noticing maybe any tension, tightness in your body. And without any harsh judgment or pointed finger, just maybe sending your exhale breath to that part of your body and allowing any outside sounds to just take you deeper within yourself. I am your guide, your sentinel, so I am watching the room for you. So feel free to allow yourself to surrender, which simply means to let go. Let go of holding on to anything in your body. And notice your breath and breathing in this moment. So the more we practice our meditation, the more the outside sounds or noises just allow us to go deeper within ourselves. We allow these distractions to come and go. Notice the back of your eyes if you're holding any tension there. Can you send the exhale breath there? Relax your jaw. coming out of fight and flight, as you allow your shoulder blades to simply draw down and away from your ears, as you're noticing a relaxed heaviness that is now coming down your arms. Maybe you're feeling the back of your spine connecting to the chair or the pew. And following the breath, this is you. You are life. You are energy. Simply having a temporary experience of being in your body. So allow this energy, this essence of who you are, to make itself known to you. It's always at the end of the breath. It's the energy behind the breath that breathes us. So as you move down through your legs, your feet, maybe noticing your feet grounded and connected to the earth. And on your next inhale breath now, drawing that energy from the earth, the divinity that is you within you, all the way up your spine, bringing it up to the top of your head, maybe holding at the top. And then as you exhale, sigh and let go of any tiredness, worries, weariness. Doing this 2 more times at your own pace, filling up with light, with love, with peace, with joy. And then as you exhale, allow a smile to come over your face as you're letting go, because you are experiencing who you are beyond this body, beyond these thoughts. Maybe 1 more cleansing breath here as you fill up, expanding, and then exhale, following the breath down, slowly, slowly, slowly. Readjust your body if you need to here. So that is the first attunement always for the body. The second is now for your mind. Maybe bringing your awareness, your attention to the screen of your mind, the space between your eyebrows. Noticing if you're in a place of no thought, you're already there, so you know where to go. But if you're new to meditation or prayer, notice if there are any thoughts. Can you just simply lean back, become the witness or the awareness that you are the one who is noticing that you're having thoughts, but reminding yourself, I am not my thoughts. I am the awareness, I am the consciousness in which all my thoughts come and go. So if you feel that you're already here, guided within, I'm going to release you here to go into the stillness within you without my voice. Maybe you'd like to settle in your heart space for prayer. So can you stay here for about 2 minutes without my words and listen? Maybe pray or ask. Just allow the stillness, the peace that you are, to fill you up here. Notice your breath if your mind is wandering. If you need a mantra, breathe in, love is, and breathe out, I am. This is the peace that passeth all understanding. You are that peace. Quietly affirming, I am the essence of that which exists beyond the universe of time, space, and change. I am now connecting with that unchanging part of who I am. I am light. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am eternal life. So allowing this peace, this stillness of who you are to speak to you, to guide you. This is who you are. Keeping your eyes closed here, but just bringing your awareness back to this room, this place, this space. Maybe bringing some movement into your body, but keeping your eyes closed for just a moment. Maybe bringing your hands together in prayer position, or resting them wherever is comfortable. And I'd like to close today with a favorite prayer of many of us, and just allow these words to reach into the depths of who you are. Lord, Spirit, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Grant that I may not so much seek to console, to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying to the egoic self that we are born to eternal life. And thank you, St. Francis. And slowly opening up our eyes, just gazing around the room, bowing the wisdom of the mind to the compassion of the heart. And so it is.
As always, so beautiful. Yummy and delicious. You know what I think was perfect for that meditation? All of the different sounds. Phones ringing, shifting and settling, moving about, cars running up and down the street. It's all perfect. And it's so interesting because that's kind of where I want to go today. I want to talk about this thing a little. Now, no, we say we talk about that all the time. Why are we going there? Because I believe that right now we are in a season where we are making a transition from being thinking beings to truly being divine beings. It's not all about our thought. In fact, most of it's not. In fact, there's not a single thought that you have that's just yours alone. It gets quiet when we start talking about that. One of the reasons the mind can't stand the quiet is because that is when you are in stillness and you're in the quiet, it's the only time the mind's not in control. And so when you get into the stillness, all these thoughts start triggering up in there, it's because your mind is like, wait, hold on a second here. Who's in charge? And the mind loses its equilibrium. It loses its grip when you're in the quiet. See, our emotions and our feelings and our thoughts are signals, but they're not instructions. I'm going to say that again. They're signals, but they're not instructions. Our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions, they are signals for us, but they are not instructions for the journey. What we're experiencing right now in this country and in this world is it's an overwhelming inundation of information. Have you noticed that? Every time you turn around, it's just like applause. It's just like yelling and barking and phones ringing and stuff happening. It's like fireworks going off and all these political fireworks. It's all designed. It's all designed to continue your training, to continue your programming. It's all designed to keep you from becoming aware of your divine self. It's all designed to keep us in a sleep state. Because if we wake up, oh Lord, the game is off. If we wake up, the system is going to be disrupted. And if you disrupt the system, you disrupt people's wallets. For the last 2 weeks, we've been making some bold statements about the radical power of oneness. And the thing is if we're going to actually live the radical power of oneness, it's going to be through subduing the mind and no longer following what the mind is saying. If you don't mind, then it won't matter. It won't turn to matter. Because the mind is always trying to materialize what it believes, what it thinks. And your beliefs were installed by someone else. Because even the things that you think you believe, your spirit doesn't live off of belief, because belief is subject to a judgment. Your spirit lives off of a knowing, not a belief. Every single belief we have is less than pure. The knowing is what's pure. And the knowing is only activated and operated by getting into the quiet and into the silence, backing out of the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions. Your need to control is what's controlling you. I'm going to say that one more time. Every time you're moving in control, that is what's controlling you. Because everything that you need is already within you. And everything that you need is found in the place, everything that you need to see is found in the place from where you're looking. The light is not useful to look at, the light is useful to see with. It's the apparatus through which we see because we illuminate the space. I was sitting in the silence, and this voice inside of me said, your mind does something every single day that shapes your entire life, but it doesn't notice it. You don't notice it. And it's called confirmation bias. The tendency to seek out information that supports what you already believe, while ignoring anything that contradicts that. Here's the scary part. These are the conversations going on in my head these days. No, in my heart, not in my head. Your entire perception of reality is built on this bias. That's what's scary. How you're receiving information is built fully on this bias, this confirmation bias. If you believe you can't trust people, your mind is going to constantly notice situations that prove that to be true. If you believe that people can't be trusted, your mind is going to reinforce that idea. If you believe that you're unlucky, your brain will highlight bad things that happen in your life, and it'll superimpose them into the largest text on the screen of your mind, while completely ignoring the good things that happen because you believe that you're unlucky. If you believe that you're not good enough, your mind will selectively remember every failure that you've had while overlooking every success, so that it could play on the screen of your mind what you believe. But what you believe, this is going to get a little dicey here. Everything you believe is not ultimate truth. Hold on, because I know y'all have some really awesome beliefs. I do too. Nothing you believe is absolute true. Does that feel weird? Pat yourself on the chest real quick and say, oh, honey, nothing you believe is absolute truth. Because see, believing is done in the mind. There's a difference in being engaged with your beliefs and being engaged with the knowing. The knowing is that strand that runs between all of us of higher consciousness. It's the purest of source presence. It is the essence, as Dr. Aileen said a little while ago, it is the true essence of that which is invisible and yet indivisible, that which is beyond what we have called life. Nothing I believe is absolutely true, because all of my beliefs are built on thoughts, of which most were not my own. We have between 60 and 70,000 thoughts a day. Oh, dear God. I've mentioned to you before, whoever was auditing those thoughts deserves a big bonus. That's a lot of thoughts to... And there's another one, and then there's another one. And we're inundated by the information that's coming through across the media and social media and every kind of meme that you can imagine. Let me tell you what's being done to us and has been being done to at least the Western world for probably the last 50 or 60 years. Somewhere along the line, and I don't want to get in trouble with getting into timelines, but somewhere in the time frame of JFK's assassination, there was a shift that transpired in the United States. And we started down a particular journey that really consists of exactly what the military does when they take a Marine and start to move them toward being special ops. It's that they break them completely apart so that they can install in them what they want to act out. This might get a little strange, so hang tight. What they do is they put them in a dark room. This is just part of what they do, but they put them in a dark room. They put them in absolute darkness where they can't even see their hand before their face. And then all of a sudden the lights come on. Now, they're not torturing terrorists. They're not torturing prisoners. They're trying to get somebody ready for the next level so that they can program them to do exactly what they want them to do. They turn on these bright lights, and the bright lights start blinking, and the lights come on, and music and loud clamor comes on, and they begin to break them down. They keep them from eating X amount of food. They take them right up to death's door so that they can begin to train a trained killer that if they're captured will not release any special information. I'm talking to some people who've been through that training and you didn't even know it. The reason we're being inundated with information that causes inflammation of our soul is because they're trying to break us down, whoever they are. The systems of our world are trying to break us down and keep us from knowing who we truly are. So they hit you with everything. Every time you turn around, there's another thing being signed, another thing being done. Over 200,000 federal workers have been relieved of their jobs just since January the 20th. And they continue to just smack. And then they turn on the loud noise of all the chaos of the division that's being driven between us so that we won't love each other or trust each other or even try to get to know each other. We'll just be afraid of each other, because the thing is, if I can keep you in fight, flight, or freeze, I can keep you from your creativity. I can lock you out of your third eye. And if I can keep you out of your third eye, the systems will continue to be propped up by your work instead of you actually unfolding as your divinity, unfolding as your God self, and moving into a higher level of being. I can keep this place unequal and can continue to oppress people if I can keep you depressed. So it's just, I've told you before, too much information without enough inspiration will lead to the inflammation of your self and soul. Turn it off. Turn the hypnosis off. The systems have been built. Because if I cannot put you in chains of steel, I'll put you in mind chains. And then here's another trick. As soon as somebody says it, as soon as somebody steps up and begins to declare a higher truth, we have names for them. Heretic, false prophet, socialist, communist, feminist. Do I need to give you some more? And all of those, because when you hypnotize somebody, there's a trigger word. All of those are intended to mute voices that are saying something different than what they want you to hear. And that's where we're at, my friend. Now, am I afraid of it? Absolutely not. I've been completely freed from fear. Because when you get free from fear, nothing can bind you anymore, especially when you realize you are life itself happening in human form, and you existed before you took on this skin suit, and when you unzip it and walk out of it, you'll still continue to exist. So when you're not afraid of death, you live fully. You're unafraid of the systems, because the systems cannot oppress or depress you, because you know you're from somewhere and something else that is bigger than the systems we've built. It is the end of the world as we've known it, but it's not the end of the earth. The world is the cosmetic that we've put on the earth, and the systems are failing. You know why they're failing? Because they don't serve everyone. And anything that does not serve everyone is not divine. It is not divine, because everyone is an emanation and a manifestation of the pure presence. And that includes the people you dislike the most, because your mind has told you to dislike them. So I was asked by the Holy Spirit this week, pure presence, John, are you here to save souls, or are you here to revolutionize systems? And I said, come again? Because I don't want to do either one. Save souls? What do you mean save souls? Are you here to save souls, or are you here to revolutionize systems? And I had to sit with that. Which is it that we're here to do? Because, you know, the church for many years has been taught that we're here to save souls. How many of you went to discipleship class And they taught you how to evangelize folks. Anybody else been taught how to? No, just me and about 2 or 3 other people. And you go out into the world and preach the gospel. And if they reject you, you knock the dust off your feet and you leave them alone. I told you about the revival that we were having at a church, and I was just like 9 years old, and there was a gentleman that ran a gas station food store not too far from us, and I went to invite him to come to service. And he said, no, I'm okay. And I'm standing there with my Mountain Dew, because, you know, that's what people do in Georgia. Woo! And so I'm standing there with my Mountain Dew, and I'm inviting him to church, and he's like, "What, you going to pay for that?" And I said, "Well, no, but you need to come to church. See, we're having a great revival." And he's like, no, I'm okay. And I said, "Well, do you know Jesus as your Lord and Savior?" And he said, young man, I'm okay. I'm fine. Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. He said, "Could you just pay for your Mountain Dew?" I'll tell you what, I'll give you the Mountain Dew if you'll just leave it. Finally, he said to me after about 4 times, he said, "No, I'm not. I'm not going to church. I'm fine." And I said, "Well, go to hell then." See, that was the extent of my evangelism teaching. So we're in a season that if we're going to enact this radical power of oneness, we're going to need to wake up, fully wake up. It's interesting that the songs today really geared in that direction, to wake up. So I went back to this thought that I've been having, this thing I've been ruminating on for about 3 years now, and that is, I am awake, I am aware, I am alert, but I am not alarmed. I am awake, I am aware, I am alert, but I am not alarmed. I am awake, which means I'm not asleep. That's a pretty simple definition. Awake, I looked in the dictionary, Elaine, it's pretty funny. I looked in the dictionary, I'm looking for this really cool meaning, and it said not asleep. I went, wow, thank you for not mixing up with some really big words there. I am not asleep. I have been asleep. I know what it is to be asleep, but I have decided to wake up. And there's another weaponized word, woke. Oh man, and we just put you in a category. If you say you want compassion, equality, inclusivity for everybody, well, you're just woke. And now there's a war on woke. Now there's some folks that call it woke, that they went so far to the woke side that they fell asleep again. So I understand. I understand when you look at some of it, you go, I don't know if I'm that woke. That one scared me. See, I understand that there's imbalance on all of those sides, but my point is, again, go back to it. Let me give you a trigger word that will shut them off, or to shut your ears where you can't hear them. This is why we can stand and have a conversation with people about certain things, and it literally is like you're talking to a wall. Anybody else had that? And if you're trying to convince or convict them, you can forget it. Folks, the only thing that can penetrate in this dense season that we're in right now is true love. That is the only penetrating force that will penetrate the density of what we're experiencing in our society. And the best thing for you to do is to hold your peace, remain silent, and let love come through. That will bring the light into any space. And it will not curse their darkness. It will embrace their darkness. I'm awake. This monumental shift sees many awakening from a deep slumber. It's allowing for a fresh perspective on our world. However, not everyone is fully alert. Some may still be disoriented, kind of lingering in the illusion. Everybody gets the drug out of their system at their own pace and in their own space. Let it be. Let's stop judging where people are. And let's pay attention to our own awakening. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you're off the hook. How you wake up, whether you wake up, ain't none of my business. As you wake up, what happens is a clarity begins to replace the confusion. At some point, you become more oriented. How many of you have ever been awakened abruptly? And nothing works. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That kids do it the best. They just come blasting into the room. And it's all disorienting. And you say things, you do things, you make weird noises, you look strange. as you get up out of bed, it's a little crazy at first. It takes you a moment to kind of get your equilibrium. That's what we're experiencing right now. As a society, as a planet, we are waking up in larger numbers than ever recorded in the history of humanity, and there's going to be a season of disorientation. But stay true to the awakening. Decide right now, I'm committed to waking up fully. And here's why. Here's why. Because I want to be completely everything God intended for me to be. All of it. A full expression of what God intended for me to be. Now, once I wake up, then I have the invitation to become aware. And the word aware just means conscious. The word conscientia, which means to do with knowledge. Conscious. Consciously aware, doing with the knowing, not with what I've believed, not with what I've learned. See, this is where we need to move. We need to understand that the knowledge of the universe is different than the knowledge of the university. The knowledge of the universe is different than the knowledge of the university. We've all been trained very well. I had someone this last week, I thought it was actually kind of neat. I mean, I was called a socialist, a communist, and pro-Satan in the same week. Actually, their caption for that, Kara, was pro-Satan, and then they spell checked it. So then I was like, I'm pro-Satan. I mean, sure. Brandon, they misspelled it by mistake, but they forgot to use Facebook AI, but I was called that in the same week, and it used to trigger me, but I was kind of like, that's fine. Whatever that means to you is what you think. But what I thought was neat was the person that said pro-Satan, they shared the video clip with the caption, pro-Satan. I almost sent them a message and said, thanks for the share. That helps our algorithms tremendously. You know, I would have thought they would have gotten a static picture and then done pro-Satan. They shared the whole video. I was like, somebody's going to watch that. But what I noticed was I didn't have any kind of real response to it. As I stand before you today, seriously, I understand that to them I am their Satan. Because the word Satan just means adversity or the adversary. And in some ways I'm adversarial to whatever it is they think they believe. And I'm okay with wearing that badge that they want to put on my persona because they can't tack it to the real me anyway. The real you is beyond badge. The real you is beyond label. And as you become aware of who you truly are, you start to realize that to become aware, I'll say it this way. Become aware that you cannot see the self with the mind. You are seeing the mind from the self. I need somebody to hear that one more time. Become aware that you cannot see the self with the mind. You're viewing the mind from the self, from the true you. So your brain doesn't even know who the true you are. You need to inform your brain. If you know you're divine, please let your brain know. If you know you're divine, please let your body know. Because all of the faculties of your business need to know just how amazing you are. I almost said badass, and I didn't, but, oh, wait a minute, I did, didn't I? Your faculties need to know how amazing you are. There needs to be a declaration, a testimony about your divinity within your whole being. Stop letting the mind inform you, and instead, through your true self, inspire your whole being with your divine nature. Be aware of who you are. You think you're seeing the world clearly, but your mind is filtering out everything that doesn't align with what you have declared you already believe. We don't see the world as it is. We see it as we are. I don't read the Bible as it is. I read it as I am. I used to read it with judgment, the vengeful God. And now, since I read through the lens of love and compassion, every single scripture looks different. The whole life of Jesus looks different. In fact, I'm going to whisper this because I don't want anybody to think I'm weird. I had this dream the other day, and you know what the dream was? The dream was that I was in this place I can't explain to you other than it was huge. There was a lot of other people there. It almost felt like, any of you that grew up in Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, maybe North Florida, maybe further down here, I just don't know. You remember those that time of year that caterpillars would start to blossom, and you would find them. They actually all come together in a cocoon, and there's thousands of them in there. Just thousands. They're moving all around in there. There's all kinds of life happening. And that was almost what it was like. I was in this space where there was a whole lot of movement around. And I had someone walk up to me. They looked like they were official. I don't know. I didn't see a badge or a uniform, but they seemed like they were official, Donna. And they said to me, Jesus was a simulation on the screen of the imagination of humanity. And you've been sent here knowing about Jesus. And he didn't really exist in history. He existed in the ethereal. And you think you know. And every time you start to ponder and wonder, more of who Jesus is becomes revealed in you. He was just an example on the screen so that you would become that same way. So you were sent here. See, the reason I say this is that, and it was like 2 days later, it was brought back to my attention. The YouTube video has a clip from the Discovery Channel documentary where they said that people had proven that Jesus didn't actually exist historically. And my thing is whether Jesus existed historically or not doesn't matter to me, because I don't look to Jesus to be my Savior so that God can love me. I look to Jesus to see the Christ essence that was revealed in his life so that can also be revealed in mine. There's a reason that Jesus said, the things you see me do, you shall do also and greater, because we were all at one point in time in a space where this Buddha nature, this Christ mind, this Christ heart was all being shown to us, and we're starting to remember it. The biggest issue that we have as human beings is the hypnosis has caused amnesia. And so from the womb to the tomb, all you need to do is remember who you are. And that's what happens in the awareness. That's what happens in the awareness. I'm almost done. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate that. So awake and aware, but I'm alert. Now, let me say something here that I found a little strange for me. Hopefully you won't. Maybe I'll communicate it well, maybe not. If I don't, sit with it. The mind isn't watchful. Because one of the meanings of the word alert is watchful. The mind isn't watchful. The mind is memoryful. The mind is not watchful. The mind is memoryful. Let me explain the way it comes to me. When we talk about being alert, it means to be able to be vigilant and to be watchful or clear in your sight. But the mind is not watchful, it's memoryful. So everything that's happening is being filtered through the memories. It's not being seen for what it is. Your experiences are informing the situation so that it can tell you what you're seeing. But if your beliefs are built in a particular way, it skews the vision. This is why spirituality is actually just freedom from the mind. It's the ability to transcend the conditioned mind. So the mind is not watchful, the mind is memoryful. That means it has filters and layers, and I need to be released from that. In fact, the salvation of the soul is to be released from the infection that made you believe you were fallen to start with. Saving of the soul is not so people can become members of a church and God can be happy with them. The saving of the soul is the rescuing you from the prison of thought. That's why the word salvation is the word sozo in the Greek, which means to be released or to be freed. When I become alert, I realize that now I stop filtering the information that's coming my way through my memories. And here's how I do it. Every time you have a belief that comes up in any conversation, something you're watching on TV, stop and interrupt the thinking mind. And ask it, why is it that you believe that? Why do you believe that? The next time you see a politician on the screen that you can't stand, ask the mind, stop a minute. Tell me what you're really seeing. Tell me why you're seeing it that way. And do I really believe what you're reporting to me? The only way to free yourself from the mind is to start interrupting the conversation. It's to step into that conversation and say, wait just a minute, I'm not quite sure you're showing me the whole story here, so stop. Let me become alert and start to question what you believe. If you cannot question what you believe, then you are stuck in the prison of your beliefs. And you will remain there because it's a life sentence until you free yourself. Everybody all right? So when we become alert, we can actually start to build a new world. Now, I know people have heard me say this, and so they've thought that, it's just like highfalutin language. It's like, it's hype church, You're the hype guy. You can pep talk us all and make us happy. No, listen, when I'm talking about creating a new world, I actually mean it. Okay, I'm gonna come right down here. So when I'm talking about creating a new world, I actually mean it. Like, I'm telling you, I believe it's possible. I'm telling you, I believe we can do it. Is there anybody else that believes we can actually together create a different world? See, if anything in you says that can't happen, it is not the Spirit, it is your mind. Yes, but John, you don't understand. I've been on this earth for a long time, and it's just the way it's always been. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear the limited belief that your mind has tricked you into believing? This is just the way it's always been. Well, Jesus said, the poor you always have with you. Rich people say that all the time. It's their favorite scripture. Jesus may have said it, but he didn't mean that's the way it should be. He meant change it. Hold on. Amen. When Jesus said it, he wasn't making a declaration. He was saying that it needs to change. So if we're not alert, we're not going to build a new world because we're not going to believe we can. The mind's going to tell you you can't. Folks, this constitutional democratic republic called the United States of America is not very old. Now, it feels like it's old because I don't think there's anybody in here that's over 200 years old. So it feels like it's old. It feels like that's the way it's always been. And that's the trick, to perpetuate the same behaviors to the next generation. This is why parents are taught to train their children. Your children are not dogs. They don't need to be trained. Your children did not come from you. They came through you. But they only came through you for you to lovingly, you ever been to the bowling alley and you're just not that great and so you got the bumpers that come up? Mom and dad. Or mom and mom. Or dad and dad. You're the bumpers. You're not the whole alley. You're not the ball. You're not the pins. You're not the score. You're the bumpers. Let's stop training our children. They come here loaded and coated with the divine nature. Let's do everything we can to protect the beautiful divine beings that they are and watch them unfold. Stop messing with them. This is why children are being trafficked. This is why children are being kidnapped. This is why our children are being attacked. Because they know that if you can train them while they're young, the Jesuits used to say all the time, bring to me your newborn sons, and by 7, we will show you the man. Because they knew from birth to about 7, they're a sponge. And we will show you them. At 7 years old, we'll show you who they're going to be. And we wonder why our world's acting crazy when we've been injected in Sunday school with a belief that you got here at a deficit. That you're a sinner who needs to be saved. My dad used to brag that I got saved at 4 years old. From what? Like, I'm wondering what sins I was committing at 4 years old. I mean, I may have stolen the ball from the kid next door, but like, you follow what I'm saying? That kind of mentality is what we've injected into the soul of humanity. 2.4 billion people influenced by that belief system. And if we don't turn the switch off, then we're not going to shift the consciousness. Lastly, I promise. Awake, aware, alert, but not alarmed. Not alarmed. The word alarmed means frightened, worried to stress, and disturbed. Another caveat meaning or definition is call to arms. The systems of our world want us to be at odds with each other because it's easier to get you to unify out around a common enemy than it is to get you to unify around a common friend. It's easier to show you an enemy, point them out, tell you what they're doing so that you will all together go and attack that one group of people. If I'm lying, I'm frying, and I don't feel any heat, that's exactly what's happening in our world right now. That group right there, they're the biggest problem. That group right there, they're the biggest problem. And then we launch together unified, and then we call that unity. Women, you know it's been happening to you for generations. Are there any ladies in the house? It's been happening to you for generations. The women in this place have been one of those groups that men wanted to dominate and keep power over because, frankly, they were afraid of you. I'm not. I'm cheering y'all on. I'm like, do it, baby. Come on. I know my wife's more powerful than me. And it's so awesome. And I had the best bodyguard ever. She's tough. If somebody comes at me, I back up and say, you don't want to do that, but. So I refuse to be in a state of sickness, scared, and separate. See, sick, scared, and separate is what is wanted. Because if I can keep you sick, I keep you malnourished, I keep you just barely alive, then you remain in weakness. If I keep you scared, I keep you frightened, I keep you frozen. And if I keep you separate, you'll never be able to topple the systems that we currently have in our world. That's the desired state of our systems and our leaders. More of them than you want to admit. Playing the game against each other. And then when the dust settles, oh, hi, shaking hands. Didn't we do great? Hey, am I messing with y'all now? Am I getting in your living room now? Does it not disturb you the way things have gone for the last several years, where there's this outrage and this, you're terrible and the worst thing ever, and then, hi. And they'll sit next to you and joke, and it makes you wonder, where's the truth in all of this? And people are asking me, they're saying, where's the truth? And I got to tell you, my friends, when you can't see what looks like truth, your North Star is love. Your North Star is compassion. Your North Star is unity. Your North Star is peace. If you can't think of any other truth, your North Star is those things. Because I had somebody say to me, they said, well, then how should I vote? And I said, well, then, look, your vote needs to be kind of like when I give to someone that's houseless. Because I used to have people tell me, don't give them money now because they'll go buy alcohol. They'll go buy drugs. It's an automatic judgment. And I said, what they do with what I give to them is not the reason I'm giving. I am giving from my generosity. I'm giving from my place of abundance. I'm giving because I love them. Whatever they do with that is up to them. So as far as your vote is concerned, look for a platform, look for a candidate that supports love, joy, peace, and compassion. And listen, somebody said to me, but what if they're lying to you? I said, did you just say a political candidate? That's in the top 5 things they're supposed to do. What if they're not telling me the truth? No, the truth is going to be the energy that you put out. What is it that you want to support and see happen in the world? Here's 2 reasons to not be alarmed. First of all, you're a child of God. Don't be frightened. You're a child of God. Secondly, refuse to be alarmed because you refuse to be weakened. You refuse to be diseased, and you refuse to be unwell. Choose to not be in a constant state of fear, because you know that that state of fear will absolutely toxify everything that there is about your life. Remember that perfect love casts out fear. I like to say that love perfected integrates fear and transmutes it into the antidote for the venom of hate and the venom of fear. So here's the thing. Instead of getting rid of your fear, I just got this idea. Let's see if this lands. Instead of getting rid of your fear, take that fear into the laboratory of your spirit and turn it into a vaccine. And give yourself immunity from the venom of fear. Nobody else can do that but you. You can mutate it, you can change it, and you can make it the vaccine. Holy Spirit, blessed presence, thank you for the loving awareness that we have within us right now. Give us the ability in this moment to start to dissipate the fear that has been causing us to participate in a system that is less than us. Free our minds. Free our minds. And help us to know the truth, and the truth will make us free. We declare without fear that love is who I am. Gratitude is my attitude. Abundance is my nature. Well-being is my birthright. I am awake. I am aware. I am alert. But I am not alarmed. And so it is. So it is. I love you, family. Ooh. Bless you, bless you.
Thank you, Reverend John. He's on the drums, so I'm his replacement. So before I forget, spiritual support team, we're going to take another group photo at the end, so don't rush off anywhere. So I took this out to remind me to tell you. This is our abundance practice, so I'd like to thank all of you for your support, for sustaining us, and if you love this message and you want to send this message further out into the world, we ask for your support so that we can keep First Unity operational and we can spread this word. So we have 6 ways to give here at First Unity. So the first way to give, you can see it here. You can text to give. Second way, we have our own First Unity app. You can download that and you can follow the yellow heart, which will take you to our donation page. Third way to give is set up your auto giving program, so that way when you go away, your gift is still coming in. Fourth way to give is mail, and there is our physical address. We also have a P.O. box number. We have a cash app, which is available for anybody who'd like to do that. And we also have a QR code, which is on the bulletin. It's also on the plate. So for those of you at home, you should see all of this information here. You can always go to the website and you can follow the donation tab there. Thank you, ushers, for your help in taking up the offering. And I'm going to invite all of us now, if you're able to do so, to stand as we say our prayer of abundance together. The abundance of God is my infinite source. I now open my mind and my heart to give and receive all God's good, all God's prosperity, all God's abundance. As God as my source, all things are possible, and so it is. Thank you. How about Reverend John Scott on the drums? Come on up. He's going to sing Here We Grow. I'm just helping.
Hey, you all know this song, so let's stand and sing it together as we leave today.
We're going to take another group photo. I'll give you a pink
out.
stone.
By this we shall know what true love is, showing the world
Our unity, that's what true love is.
we are one. We are one in
Spirit, that's what true love is.
manifesting light throughout the world. That's what true love is. Here we go. Here we grow together. Here we grow together. Here we grow together. Here we grow. Loop that chorus again. Here we go. Here we grow together. Here we go. Yeah. Here we grow together. Here we grow today.
Gratitude is my attitude, abundance is my nature, and well-being is my birthright. Don't forget, we have lunch in the fellowship hall. We have the 2 p.m. annual meeting. And so go make it a great day because... Thank you.